Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP and the XRP community. Now I'm finally back. Everything's perfect, guys. And there's been lots of news happening recently. And by the way, guys, if you guys would like to follow my new account just for cryptocurrency use only, I'll leave the link down in the description below so you guys can follow. Let's just jump right into the technical analysis of XRP. Now we can see here from LUT XRP, is this the last touchdown at the big purple support line? So we can see here. So there's lots of things happening right now. All these indicators we can see, and then the purple support line right there. Now we can see here from the 2020, we just touched that purple support line. So that's quite interesting. So is this the final time? As soon as we touched it, look what happened. We never touched it again. We went up from then on. This is just a fun tweet I looked at from Crypto Chris. The first time you bought coin. Now we can see here the first time you bought, guess what happened. Now guys, before we jump into the news, I would like to state I'm not a financial advisor, nor this is financial advice. This is just for entertainment value only. As this daily tweeted out, Ripple now lists 450 plus customers. Look at that, guys. Isn't that quite interesting? 450, that's very good progression. And as well, remember this, credit to Bank XRP. Let's watch this video.
Thank you. So congratulations on your 400 new customers, and I want to find out what is the current volumes of payments going through Ripple right now amongst your bank customers. And also, my background's in bank regulation, so I'm trying to understand how Ripple works with banking activities. If, depending on how the SEC comes out, whether XRP is determined to be a security, or if not, then it would have to be most likely an intangible asset. Then it would have to be deducted from the Basel capital requirements. How does this all work with your banking customers when they use your services?
I missed that very last part of the question. How does this all work with what?
For your banking customers when they use your services.
So there are a few different questions embedded in there. I'll start with, I think, the kind of the big elephant in the room, given how Chairman Clayton's question ended earlier. Look, I, Brad Garlinghouse, believe it's very clear that XRP is not a security. I think there's a whole bunch of reasons for that. One of them, quite frankly, is in the hypothetical world, Ripple could shut down. Literally, I can fly back to California, send everybody home tomorrow, and there's 140 exchanges around the world that trade XRP, and XRP is going to keep trading. Now, do I think it's great that if one major player in the XRP ecosystem isn't playing? Yeah, that's not great. However, I think, and I was actually trying to pull some data on this morning, and I didn't get this. I think Coil is doing more XRP transactions per day right now than Ripple is. And the reason is that the Coil transactions are micro transactions. They're very small payments. And so the volume is much higher. So look, I think the SEC is trying to think through, not just for XRP, but a whole bunch of different digital assets. How should we think about these things? I don't pretend it's a simple issue. I think the good news is I think that's a constructive conversation. And I'm not losing a lot of sleep that our customers aren't going to be able to continue to use XRP for liquidity based upon.
So that was posted back all the way at October 23rd of 2019. Lots of information. Next week comes from XRP Crow. We could see this. From Chris Larson, 90% of what we see today in digital assets won't exist in 10 years' time. But the other 10% of it will change the world. Look at that quote. That is very interesting. 90% of what we see today, in cryptocurrencies won't exist 10 years from now. But the other 10% will change the world. For example, XRP. It's again from XRP Crow, XRP the Holy Grail. First, get banks connected to RippleNet to settle with fiat. Then get them to score liquidity using XRP. Then get them to hold XRP directly. Holy Grail. We could watch this video.
No, so as I said, the X-current product, the way it's implemented today, uses fiat currencies. So the convergence that we see coming in the next phase is for banks to have an option to say, do I want to use XRP? So instead of the German bank holding Turkish lira, they could say, Akbank, are you able to accept XRP and give me Turkish lira? Here's 100 lira worth of XRP. Here's 1,000,000 lira worth of XRP. And instantly that can be settled without having to hold balances. So that's the holy grail. That's the ultimate end goal that we're aiming for. But if you don't have connectivity, you can't even start. So first you get the banks connected. They do what they're doing today better. They like it. They build new services on it. Then they go, I want to do this in 100 countries, but I can't hold currencies in 100 countries. Well, guess what? You got XRP. So it's a phase strategy, but that's the way banking works.
I really enjoyed talking to you.
Next week comes from the Crypto Dog. We're in the midst of the greatest bull market ever. There we go, guys. In the midst of the greatest bull market ever. Next week comes from the Bearable Bull. This all but confirmed that XRP will be used to restabilize the global financial system in the event of a systemic breakdown. I hope you guys see it too. Our time is now. Let's watch this video from UKQ.
And the last key attribute of a healthy liquid market is really resilience. And that is getting at the ability for a market to recover from a significant systemic event. So if there was some sort of a market shock, the ability for order books to get back to normality and tighten back to similar prices to where they were prior to that event relatively quickly. And so all of those attributes are very important to a healthy liquid market. And the last
Wow. So right there, guys, as you guys can see, the recovery process if everything declines, such as liquidity. From QSR Wrap, we can see here the source gold 10K. Look at this. Right here, gold right now, all the way down here. So can gold reach over $10,000? Economic readjustment. Now guys, we're to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. We can see here from Reborn at Mr. Pool. We are very close to concluding this multi-decade transition process, but please be patient. Transition will come in multiple phases. 1/13/2023, 1/13/2020, Friday the 13th. Quite interesting. Price has been set overnight. Catastrophe, can you see? Now you guys can read all of this. Now this is quite interesting. Overnight, once again, guys. Look at this right here. The elites want their plans to be done at least by April 2020. April, guys. Remember, Reborn, years and years in the making. Big Bang, I like the sound of that. We can see here, the Ripple. Again, technology. This was Big Bang. Years and years in the making. Blockchain. So it feels like this is all connecting once again. This has been for years and years, in progress. So quite interesting. Rom the Weird, we can see here. Remember, I mentioned hundreds of dollars this year. So 589 possible. Next week comes from Baba Cugs. We can see here you heart XRP up till the 14th. Remember, they control the charts you see. A new world is about to commence for XRP. You have been warned. And then phase 1 of 3 will begin on March 1st. Please remember, it will happen in the blink of an eye. Don't be greedy. My father always told me, those who want to make a killing get killed. You have been warned. Do not blame anyone but yourself when it does. So lots of stuff looks like it's about to happen. Who knows what's going to happen, honestly? But we can see here the last tweet from Mr. Pool. So he posted this again, I'm pretty sure, right here. This video is quite interesting. We have already seen this from before, but let's watch it once more. But there's a new message. I will not play the sound just for the reasons, but we can see here. So right there, guys, very interesting once again. Now if we go down here, we can see here Jana and Dalton warned. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.